All right, joined by the great legendary fighter Cris Cyborg, who's making her U.S. boxing debut after. Remember, you came to us and talked to us about your fight back in Brazil recently, Cris, that you
Yeah,
won, and now you're going to be fighting Gabrielle Holloway on the undercard, basically the co-main event to Terrence Crawford's fight against David Avanesyan Saturday night in Omaha, Nebraska. What are you expecting from this fight, Cris?
for me, I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I've been training really hard. I've been learning. For doing this boxing, I'm really happy, excited. And then do my best. It's gonna be amazing card. And if you want to be fight the same card with Crawford.
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to ask you about Terrence in a second, but what did you gain from that first boxing match in Brazil? What are the key differences? I mean, were you tempted to throw in some kicks or elbows?
I learned it's a really quick round. We have you cannot think too much. Of course you have to be a lot of speed, fast, and move around and quick. Everything is really quick. 2 minutes round is very quick. Because I'm coming from MMA, it's like 5 rounds. The 5 minutes is different. So and then I knew
Okay.
a lot of things to learn too. Improve my game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you are like we said, co-main event to Terrence Crawford. We know what happened with Terrence Crawford. He tried his best to get that fight against Errol Spence Jr. It didn't work out. How much admiration from afar have you had for Terrence Crawford and his ability as a boxer?
He's one of the best boxer in the world, and then he's gonna fight his next opponent, and maybe it's gonna be next to his Spencer that everybody want to watch. But for me, it's feel honored, be part of this, and wish the best for him.
How did you get invited to this event? Was Terrence involved at all, or was it someone else who's with the promotion?
No, the promotion, contact my team and make this happen.
And it has to do with who you are. What's that mean to you? I mean, obviously this is a special event with Terrence Crawford on it, but it's special because you're on it as well.
For me, it's a big responsibility, but for me, I'm in point in my career. I don't think I have to prove anything, but I want to do the biggest fight for my fans. And when the opportunity show up, if you be ready, if God will open this door for me, just go over there and doing my best. A great fight for the fans.
How are you going to handle going back and forth between boxing and MMA? I was on the phone earlier today with Danny Brenner over at Bellator, asking him about when your date is for Kat Zingano, a title fight. And he said at this point it's not settled yet. I had heard that it may be in the summer. Can you clarify where it stands at this hour?
Yes, I believe it's gonna be summertime. And I've been training everything. For my MMA fights, I was doing sparring for the boxer girls. So it's good for improve my game for MMA. For sure this is gonna build it up and getting better for my game. And let's see, just to be ready for the next fight. And for sure, summer I looking for fight cats and gun.
The great thing about you, though, is you have the cachet of your name. Everyone knows who you are. So you could easily be in position in boxing wise to be fighting for a title someday. I would assume in the near future. Are you even looking at the ratings and looking at the champions that you have interest in?
I know been hunting for a belt for the whole my career. If the opportunity show up, I for sure it's a different sport, but I'm willing to learn it, willing to do great fights. If the opportunity show up for me, I love challenge. I love a challenge for be ready. And let's see what's the next. For me, the focus now is for this next fight, and after that, we can see what's the next step.
Do you think by the end of your fighting career, though, that you would like to fight for a boxing title?
Maybe we don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Cris, we know that you're around so many different gyms. I can remember being in Riverside one time, and all of a sudden you were there while I was interviewing Virgil Ortiz. You work out at your Huntington Beach place. You've crossed paths recently with David Benavidez and the trainer Jose Benavidez up in Seattle, correct? So I wanted to ask you a couple of things because I know you'll have opinions on this. Who would you pick in a fight, Terrence Crawford or Virgil Ortiz?
uh, I'm a big fan of Virgil. I train with his dad, and he's an amazing kid. He's humble. I think he's going to be great. Crawford too. His I don't know. It's tough fight, but for sure, biggest fight.
Yeah, maybe Virgil a little too young.
Yes, he's young and doing great and hungry, hungry for the titles. It's be good.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, okay, what's your thoughts on this fight? David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez.
I have Benavidez, he's young
Oh,
too, and we're part of the team now. We're teammates, so let's go.
what do you think of him? I mean, so many people that watch David Benavidez closely actually have the same opinion that you do, that he will defeat Canelo Alvarez whenever they fight. What is it that makes you say that? And separate yourself as a teammate real quick.
He's training really hard and then he's doing great in his fights. And, he's young too. I think it's going to be the big difference. Let's see.
Okay, great. What else are you trying to gain out of Saturday night's fight, Chris? What would you like to accomplish?
I want to do great fight. I want to put what I've been learning with Jose Benavides and what to put in practice in the gym and do great fight for my fans.
Great. Well, listen, Cris Cyborg, we really appreciate your time today. Good luck. Take care of business Saturday. And remember, I owe you a meal in Huntington Beach. That's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Nice. Better after the fight so they can
Yeah,
eat a lot.
you got it. Thank you so much, Chris.
Welcome. Thank you.
Bye bye.